Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here with a review of the WLToys V303 Seeker. As you might have heard from my previous video, I had an initial problem with this quadcopter, but I'm hoping everything's worked out now. I just got it set up. I got the green blinking light, which means I have GPS. Let's go into flight and we'll discuss this while I'm flying, the qualities of this quadcopter. I'm starting my stopwatch right now. I got it set for 5 minutes warning. I'm going to keep it the flight short, but unlocking the blades. Let's go right into the flight. Increasing power. Going up a little more. Now, one thing about this quadcopter, there are only two modes for this. They call it automatic or GPS mode, where it holds its position, and it holds its position very, very well, as you can see here. But the other mode is manual mode, and what that is altitude hold mode. If you don't have a GPS lock, it will maintain altitude, but it won't maintain the position in space. It can drift around in space. This is the default mode. Okay, you can't go from this to manual mode. You have to select, or it goes on. It depends on if it has a GPS lock or not. If it doesn't have a GPS lock, it's going to go, you can fly, but it's going to be in altitude hold mode with using the barometer to maintain altitude. Okay, off in the distance, we're going to go fly to those tires like I did with the CX-20. I'm aiming the quadcopter toward those tires, and we're just going to go push forward on the stick and go over that direction. Move it to the left. Actually, this flies very smooth as compared to the CX-20. I gotta admit that. Okay, we're about 200 meters away. Pulling back on the stick. Okay, there's its understanding of its position, and it's maintaining that position. It's doing a very good job maintaining that position. I'm going to rotate it in space while I'm there. Get a pan of the area. That's pretty cool. This one flies very well. Very easy to fly. Pushing forward on the stick again to try to maintain which direction I'm pointing. Obviously I'm pointing to the right, so I'm going to give it a little more to the left until it starts coming back toward me. A little more left. I think it's coming toward me now because the movement stopped. But I'm going to keep turning left to verify that, so I see it starting to turn right. There we go. Turning the opposite direction from me. Okay. Bringing it back toward me at that same altitude. Yeah, I had some problems with this when I got it out of the box. What do you call it? My controller here was not properly calibrated to the quadcopter. The quadcopter did not understand the inputs from the controller. I don't know. I guess that can happen out of the, from the factory. It's possible that somebody was on lunch break that day and forgot to calibrate it. Okay, back in position hold again. GPS position hold. This is cool. This one works very well in maintaining position. My CX-20 seems to wander a bit. Its GPS is not, I guess, not nearly as good as this one. I got a nice breeze in my face, by the way. Let's go down. Let's go this way into the breeze. Flying over the desert. Off into the distance. And what I'm going to do, since that GPS seems to work well, I'm going to do a return to home. Oh no, I've lost coordination. I don't know which way this thing's pointing. Let me turn it around. I do know which way it's pointing. I'm going to point it back toward me because I want to do something. Okay, it should be pointing toward me. I'm executing a return to home, a return to land. There we go. I just hit the switch. climbing. I guess it climbs first to clear any obstacles in the way. Let's see if it comes back home and lands. It's coming back toward me. There's my 5-minute mark. So that's why we're going to land this using a return to land. Let's see how accurate it was. It took off from there. It's coming down nice and slow. Now it comes down real slow like this, and the reason it does that, it's trying to avoid entering vortex ring state. That's the turbulent air beneath the quadcopter. If it comes down gently like this, it has less of a chance entering VRS. That's pretty darn cool, ain't it? Nice and accurate. Damn, I like this one. You know, the CX20 is cool if you stay in manual. This one works as advertised, if you can get the controller to sync up with it. Okay, I'm coming back out of return to land mode. I'm going to give myself another 2 minutes. Hold on. We're going to go for another flight here. Let me clear. Setting my timer. Start. Let's take off again. Okay, I got to unlock it. Let's go for another flight. Lights are still good. And give it a little altitude. We're going to go in. Oh yeah, this has what do you call it? Heading lock, which is I'm in heading lock right now, and that's our base heading. And heading lock is headless mode. Oh, be careful doing that. Okay. Okay, I'm increasing altitudes. You got to do it slowly with this thing. This thing doesn't like wild gyrations. And I don't like heading lock mode. It's kind of boring. It's headless mode. And this quadcopter doesn't like the wild gyrations of headless mode. So I'm coming out of it. Going back to their automatic again. This is GPS flying. Flying overhead just to make sure that my lights are still good. This is a nice smooth flyer compared to my CX20. Very smooth flyer. The CX20, you know, it can be programmed. It has manual mode. It has more modes in this. But if you want to do aerial video, this seems to be the one to do it with, because that is smooth flying. That is real smooth flying. And supposedly this thing has a lot more range. There goes my timer. I'm going to bring it in now and land it. That's enough for today. This is my first flight with this quadcopter. I just wanted to get a feel for it. Hey, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it for aerial video. This is the ultimate aerial video of the $250 range. You know, those of you trying to determine which one do you want, the CX20 or this one, I enjoy flying this one more. It's like flying with power steering, you know, and power brakes versus flying with manual mode. Manual mode is cool, but this is nice and smooth, gentle flyer. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Cool. Okay, let's bring it in for landing. Again, this is a first flight. I shouldn't be flying this long, but the lights are still good. It still has power. I'm bringing you in now. Besides, I don't want to make a 15-minute video. You guys might get bored. Okay, I'm keeping forward movement on as I'm descending. It's landed in the dirt. Now look, because of that GPS hold, landings are relatively simple. You know, you don't really have to. I got a wind coming from that direction. You don't have to do much. Just bring it to where you want, overhead where you want to land, and then just gently reduce the throttle until you come to the ground. Very simple to land this thing. I'll tell you, my okay, that's locked. That's locked. I try to do that with my CX-20. I always flip it. This one's kind of hard to flip. I like it. It's a buy. Okay, disconnecting. Okay, we're back on the ground. This is my final comments. You know, this V303 Seeker, I like it. I like it a lot. You probably heard that. It flies so smooth. It's a very gentle, it's a very enjoyable smooth flyer. You don't have to really think too much. Again, I still don't recommend it for beginners because beginners will find a way to crash into something. But for intermediates and above, this is a good one to think about. Again, it doesn't have any manual control. It's all GPS controlled. So keep that in mind. Unless it doesn't have a GPS lock, it enters into altitude hold mode, so it's still not really fully manual controlled. But for these type of quads, you're not looking for an acrobatic quad. These are intended for aerial video, and this one is very good at it. It was very smooth flight. I'm hoping that the video came out well, and I hope it doesn't have much jello. We'll find out in post-production here. But again, Quadcopter 101, this is a good one. This is a buy. Quadcopter 101, signing out.